Hi, I'm Laurie Ward, the creator of The Quiet Hair. The subject of this video can be a touchy one for teachers. We already spend so much time preparing our lessons and thinking through expectations from so many angles that when a lesson just doesn't work, we have to assume it's our students and not something we did or didn't do. For example, you explain the assignment, you hand out the worksheets, and you go over the notes. It all makes sense while you're saying it. Students nod, they start working, and then suddenly the questions start. What are we supposed to do? Is this right? What do you mean by this? I don't know how to get started. And then you're reteaching the same directions over and over. The easy assumption is that students weren't listening, but most of the time, that's not actually the problem. The real issue is that the assignment only works when you're there to explain it. Once students are on their own, the clarity disappears. The way your lesson is set up is dependent on you to be front and center in the thinking process, not the student. A lot of assignments rely on verbal explanation. Students aren't unsure because they aren't trying. They're unsure because the thinking isn't visible and expectations aren't clear. They ask questions not to be annoying, but because they want to succeed, but don't know how to get there. Think about it this way. Clarity shouldn't depend on the teacher being present. Students should be able to look at the assignment and know what to do and how to do it. That means assignments need to do more than just give directions. They need to show what strong work looks like, break thinking into clear steps, and guide students through decisions, not just tasks. This matters even more in writing. When students struggle with writing, it's often because the thinking behind the writing hasn't been made clear. The students default back to generic writing strategies that have been repeated through the years, like add more detail. The conclusion just repeats the thesis. You need 5 paragraphs. The writing becomes formulaic and not a true representation of student thinking. If you find yourself explaining the assignment again and again, it's not a sign that students aren't capable. It's an indicator that the assignment needs more clarity. When the thinking is clear, the work becomes clearer too. The goal isn't to explain better, it's to design lessons that don't need constant explanation.